You are Locked On Bulldogs, your daily podcast on the Georgia Bulldogs. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Hey, y'all. Welcome back to Locked On Bulldogs here on the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. I am Clint. Daniel's not here with us today. I am. I'm here. I got this for you. Daniel's a little under the weather. Hey, T's and P's. Daniel, T's and P's, my man. He's listening to us. Glad you are too here on the Locked On Bulldogs podcast, Locked On Network, your team every day. Today's episode is brought to you by Stat Hero. We're going to get to Stat Hero in a little bit. They're our title sponsor today. Today on the podcast, we're going to talk about a few things. We're going to talk about spring practice in a big way and how actually there's two important key things happening in spring practice right now that you need to know about. One is intensity and Kirby Smart being King Kirby, and two is position battles. We're going to get to all of those here in a moment. But first, I want to let you just know that this podcast is not for gurus or insiders by any stretch of the imagination. Let me say that again. This is not for gurus or insiders by any stretch of the imagination. This is for fans by fans. If you're listening to us on wherever you get audio, thank you for doing so. If you're on Apple Podcasts or Stitcher or wherever it is, give us a 5-star rating and review. If you're over on YouTube, how y'all doing? Thanks for being here with us, guys. Glad you're here. Glad you're with us. It's been a blast so far. We are, golly, I don't know how many into this. We're a lot into this, guys. We have. That's not Daniel. I'm Clint. We've been at this for a very long time. Glad you've been with us. And if you're on this podcast, you know that we're not going to talk like gurus or insiders because there's no such thing. We're going to talk like fans like you do with all your Go Dog fans that you see in the store that won't shout Go Dogs back at you. And that's a shame. Hey, like I said on the podcast, we're going to talk about spring practice as we gear up for not a title defense, as Kirby and the boys are already saying. This is not a title defense. This is hunting for another title. Nobody's defending anything. That season is dead and gone. Whoa. T.I. there for you. We are looking ahead towards hunting for a new championship, which is what these boys are talking about with Kirby. So I want to start there. I want to talk about with spring practice getting underway, how important one word that I keep on hearing from time and time again, whether it be recruits, got to get those recruits, whether it be an ex-player, like a somebody who's a grandfather to all the defenses of lore, somebody who's a redshirt freshman, an incoming transfer, or rather a senior with the Bulldogs. One thing you understand about Kirby, and this is why I said, hey, you don't want to have dinner with him for too long. I would love to have dinner with Kirby, but man, you know he's going to correct me on how I'm eating my potatoes. And that one word I keep on hearing time and time again is intensity. Intensity. Why is this so important? Why is it so key? I'll tell you why it's so important and why it's so key. It's the same reason that at the pro day, we had a player's brother come out and go on the pro day with Georgia Bulldogs. And we think that's ridiculous. That's stupid. He's not a Bulldog. And yet it happened because Kirby is intense. We hear about practice and pads and guys stepping up and constantly NFL caliber practices being harder than the games. And we hear intense because Kirby's an intense guy. He can't coach any other way. He can't be any other way. And you wouldn't rather have it any other way. Why? I will tell you why. Because King Kirby is bringing people intensity with family. He's bringing intensity with connections. He's bringing intensity with loyalty. And all of you people who got mad at him for having Justin Fields come back onto the practice field and say hi to his boys after he transferred out, here's what Kirby understands. There are some people who leave and you don't want to see again. There's some people who leave and for whatever reason, they thought it was their best interest and they come back and Kirby welcomes them. All these recruits come in and they see this guy cares about football and making them better men so dang much that he's intense. He himself is, and it percolates down into the entire program. That's exactly what we have with the Georgia Bulldogs, and you should be happy. Why? Now, hear me on this. A lot of you are going to be out here saying, uh-oh, pads are popping. Uh-oh, practice is hard. Uh-oh, hey, tone that down. Settle that down. Let's temper. No, get behind me. Get away from me. I don't want anything to do with you. Why? Because that's exactly what breeds these recruits that want to play coming in who say, give me in that action. It breeds people coming in who want to coach in that environment. It breeds competition and it makes sure that you're always sharp, next man up Bama. Bama. Hi. Bama fan, how you doing, by the way? I know you're still here. We have intense practices. We have intense teams. We have intense coaches, and it's nothing but good, especially in spring, especially this early on. We're setting a cultural tone, and it is not setting it. It's actually continuing the excellence and the standard. I'm going to come back after this and let you know that there's position battles that are not position battles that you all think are. I'm going to start off by telling you a position battle that you think is, and I'm here to tell you it's not. And then I'm going to end with position battles that should be on your radar because they are intense. But first, I want to let you know about Stat Hero. Stat Hero is fantastic. It takes these two things. It takes betting and it takes fantasy, and it kind of molds them together. It mushes them up over at Stat Hero. Right now, it's March Madness, and we love March Madness. Our brackets are all busted, but hey, let's commiserate together, shall we? Anyone who's taken the upseat team on the bracket and it's busted who didn't, mine's not looking good. But I still got cash from Stat Hero Pick'em. If you haven't checked out this new platform, you really should. Stat Hero is single game pick'ems. It pits the star players against each other, an amazing hybrid between fantasy and sports gambling. Start focusing on the players you know best with a gameplay that doesn't rely on big spreads, long odds, and funky props. That's not what they're doing over there. They give you what they're going to bet against well ahead of time so that you can come out and bet against that as well. Stat Hero is fantastic. There is a weekly event going on. It happens. Just get over there, show the weekly event to yourself. Check out the nightly prizes. They have them all the time. And sign up for free right now at stathero.com/locked on. Use promo code locked on for 100% deposit match. Whatever you put in, they're going to match it 100%. That's stathero.com/locked on. Use promo code locked on for 100% match. Stathero.com/locked on. Promo code locked on. Terms and conditions apply. That's not all. We're going to let you know about Built Bar. Built Bar is the tastiest protein bar on planet Earth. How do I know? Because I've tried them. They have amazing flavors, whether it's chocolate or fruit, whether it's marshmallow in it, whether it's got a little crunch, a little crisp to it, or whether it's the ooey gooey, fantastic tasting original protein bar. It's fantastic. Built Bar is the tastiest protein bar on planet Earth. And right now, you can get every single protein bar that you order online at BuiltBar.com for 15% off when you put Locked On 15 in the promo code. That's right. It is high in fiber, high in protein, low in sugar, low in carbs. It is keto approved. Guys, it's a fantastic protein bar. Meal replacement on the go, whatever you need, Built Bar is there for you. Head over right now, BuiltBar.com. Grab 1 pack, grab 3 bars, grab 15 packs, grab 100 packs. I don't know what your wanting is in that. Go get them right now. BuiltBar.com. Put in the promo code LOCKEDON15 for 15% off your entire order. That's BuiltBar.com. Promo code LOCKEDON15. All right, I told you there is a position battle that is happening that you think is a position battle. I'm here to tell you is not a position battle. I remember last year being at this time talking about the defensive line and talking about the guys that were coming back, and we were star-studded. And then we looked back, or we looked ahead at the backups a little bit, and we said, oh man, next year is going to be incredible. And we were right. It was historic. And we looked at the D-line and we said, oh no, after that year, oh no, it's going to be bad. We don't know what's going to happen. We don't know who's going to step up. We don't know who's going to come to play. Guys, I'm here to tell you that defensive line with everybody leaving, okay? With Devontae, gone. With Jordan, gone. With Trayvon, gone. With all of these players gone, with inside linebackers that blitzed a lot, with guys coming off the edge, gone. With Adam Anderson, gone. He didn't play that much last year. I totally understand. But even without him in the fold and going on to the NFL somehow, some way in the pro day and hopefully getting whatever happened resolved well and within the truthful means, whatever that happened, again, hear me when I say that, whatever happened, may the truth come out in full sincerity. But he's looking like that is in the rear view for him. I want to say something to you. This defensive line, okay? This defensive line, watch out. Watch out. By the way, that Adam Anderson thing, don't even come at me with that because we believe a lot. Okay? Just that was a little caveat right there. That is not me taking a side on that. And if you think I am, shame on you. You didn't listen to it enough. Because we are on record, Locked On Bulldogs, of making sure that people that have 22 accusations against them do not play on a team that you enjoy. There, I've said it. Okay. This defensive line, let me tell you right now, stacked. This is not a position battle. Why is it not a position battle? One, because the entirety of the defensive line rotates all the time. This defensive line since 2019 has essentially been a hockey line formation of defensive players rotating in and out on the defensive line, interior, exterior, edge. It doesn't matter. Defensive line comes out. I'm going to tell you, we thought that this defensive line was going to be scarce with experience. Can I just share with you people who are on this defensive line? Walthor, Sr., Jalen Carter, Jr., Zion Logue, Jr., Robert Beal, redshirt Senior, MJ Sherman, Jr., Warren Brinson Jr., Nazir Stackhouse Jr., Bill Norton Jr. Guys, we're talking people that have been in the program that have played where we want them to, getting meaningful snaps all the time. And y'all, they're coming back. Like, they're back in the fold, and these guys are going to be rotating out. Then you add Michael Williams. You add these all-star, 5-star, 4-star guys coming in that are freaks of nature everywhere. And I'm here to tell you that the defensive line is not a problem at all. We're going to be fine on the defensive line. Jalen Carter is the best player we have on this team. Mark it. Top 5 pick guaranteed next year. Mark it. Kid's a beast. He's a monster. He's incredible. Scouts are already salivating. Cannot wait to get him in the fold. But we have guys on this team. If you want to include, again, like I said a little earlier, bring back Nolan Smith, senior, Marvin Jones, freshman, all-world talent, Chaz Chambliss, who showed out a lot in limited playing time. Guys, you all think defensive line is going to be a huge, huge problem. I'm here to tell you Zion Logue might be the guy that takes over for Jordan Davis more than anybody else. You heard me. Zion Logue might be the guy that takes over. Robert Beal might have a Azeez Ojulari type season. Nolan Smith might have a season that Trayvon Walker that catapults him into first round consideration. Jalen Carter, like I said, is going to be all world. This is not the position battle that you thought. This is not the position battle you need to worry about. I'm going to tell you why there's 2 other position groups you need to worry about. And I say worry, and they're proven assets on these position battles. But I'm here to tell you that there could be some shakeup, and I don't know what to do right now with it. But first, I want to let you know about BetOnline.ag. BetOnline.ag is your sportsbook experts. They have every single thing that you want with sports betting. And right now, you have March Madness, which you're not in that action. I'm telling you right now, in the middle of a game, okay? In the middle of a game, when a team is heavily ahead and an underdog and a better seated, better ranked team, a better team, is losing and needs to make a comeback, you find that money line, that live play-in money line, and you bet it. You get that action where it's low because they're going to make up that action. I guarantee you. They're going to come back. They might not win, but they're going to make up points, okay? And you can get some live action. This is what betonline.ag gives you. It is our place to go when Daniel and I want to make bets. It's where you need to go as well because right now they are in March Madness. They are in Masters. They are in Futures. Baseball's coming back. Get in some pennant love. And by the way, Braves, ain't no runs being scored after the 6th inning on the Braves all year long. It's incredible what we've done in the bullpen. And hey, Matt Olson, how you doing, brother? Welcome to the club. Welcome to the club. Freddie, God bless you. Have fun. Matt Olson, welcome to the club. How you doing? Get over right now to betonline.ag, your sportsbook experts, the official Locked On podcast and Locked On Bulldogs sportsbook experts. All right, I told you position battles that need to take place. I'm going to give you 2 position battles that maybe you're thinking are solidified that I'm telling you, watch out how they shake up, and spring practice is really going to be the thing. And to prove this, I'm going to go to last year's club. It's wide receiver and offensive line. Now, I could already hear you screaming at me. Clint, wide receiver? What are you talking about? We lost Jorge, George Pickens, we call him Jorge. I get that. But we got guys coming back. Clint, what are you talking about? Offensive line. We showed out last year with Cedric Van Pran playing right away with Warren Erickson, with Warren McClendon, with Tate Riley. Those are all guys coming back. Clint, what are you talking about? Wide receivers, we have incredible guys like A.D. Mitchell coming back. We got Kyrus Jackson. We got Rosemary Jack Saint. We got Eric Gilbert in the fold, official number and change of wide receiver. We got Dom Blaylock coming back. We got Brock Bowers. We're counting him as a wide receiver in this. We got Washington, Oscar Delp. Clint, what are you talking about? Watch out. Here's what I'm saying. Watch out for these 2 positions, offensive line and wide receiver. 1, because I think the offensive philosophy for this next year is going to change a little bit. I think we're going to be more run dependent. Not that we need to, but why is that? Kenny McIntosh, Kendall Milton, Dejon Edwards, Branson Robinson. These are all cats that can run the ball. We're on record. James Cook, love him. Love him. Zeus, love you. But we think this year's crop is better than last year's. We think the running back position is going to be better within UGA this year as compared to last year. We think the offensive line is going to be better. Why is it a position battle group? Here's why I think it is. Because Broderick Jones has left tackle on lockdown. He ain't moving nowhere. Tate Rowledge, Cedric Van Brent, Warren Erickson, and Warren McClendon. I think Warren McClendon is a technician over there. But y'all don't think that Micah Morris could come in and outseat him just based purely on skill alone. You are crazy. And every single year, we saw it 2 years ago, we saw it 3 years ago, and we saw it last year. There's always that one rotational offensive lineman that always plugs in and always has somewhere to go. Jamari Sawyer last year, we were wondering, are going to be tackle or guard? We thought he's going to be kicked in to be a guard and solidify the offensive line. Turns out he was just fine at left tackle. But all of these cats who are out here, I think we have incredible strength. Mims, Morris, Jones. Those are young cats that can play and will be playing. And I think the offensive line, as solidified as it looks, there's going to be some interesting pieces because I guarantee you one of those guys is going to get in-seated. And if I had to take my best, Warren Erickson, I love you, but watch out. Warren McClendon, I love you. I think Warren McClendon is a fantastic right tackle and technician. I'm just here to tell you, Michael Morris is not playing. Having Broderick Jones and Micah Morris on that would be incredible. So just watch. All I'm saying is just watch out. Okay? That's all I'm saying. Just watch out with next year's group and who's going to be coming to play. Xavier, I mean, the list goes on and on and on of what can do. Now, wide receivers, here's why I think it's a little bit of a different take. Y'all remember when you thought you knew who was going to line up at wide receiver every single play and every single position from the start to the end, and A.D. Mitchell came in and said, "Sup, how y'all doing?" Now, remember that? Because I do. I remember spring game. He stole the show. And we all said, he needs to be on the field. And sure enough, he was on the field a lot. Eric Gilbert, guy looks like he's the best talented thing in the entire world. But who knows? Watch yourself. Lad McConkey, I think this kid is all world skill. Don Blaylock is back in the fold. He came back. Kyrus Jackson. I mean, we have so many players, and we said the same thing last year. And then A.D. Mitchell surprised. There's going to be somebody who surprises a lot of people. Now, where is that going to be? I don't know, because it looks like we're all tapped out. But I'm just telling you, I'm here to say, with how wide receiver goes and how this offense goes and what Monk wants to do, unless you know the technical side of this offense, you can't survive. George Pickens had 3 routes the entire year he ran. It was not because George Pickens was injured. It was not because Stetson Bennett couldn't throw the ball. It was because George Pickens could understand 3 plays within the system. They were a very good 3 routes. Watch out for cats coming in and doing that. That's the position groups I think we need to look out. Hey, this has been Locked On Bulldogs here on the Locked On Podcast. Your team every day. I'm Clint. We will see you tomorrow, hopefully with Daniel, talking more Georgia Bulldogs. We'll see you then.